Join me as I dive into the past to uncover the lessons we can learn from our mistakes and see if I can come up with a plan to build a better tomorrow. We all have a tendency to look back at our past mistakes and wonder what we could have done differently. It's human nature to make mistakes, but it's also human nature to repeat them. Think about it, how many times have you made the same mistake over and over again, only to realize later that you should have done things differently? This pattern isn't just limited to our personal lives, it's also evident in the way societies and governments operate. We seem to be doomed to repeat the same mistakes over and over again. Take for instance the financial crises that have occurred throughout history. The 2008 financial crisis, the dot-com bubble, and the Great Depression all share similar characteristics: excessive speculation, poor regulation, and a general lack of oversight. What's striking is that despite these events being separated by decades, we still seem to learn very little from them. The same patterns of behavior are repeated, and the same mistakes are made. This isn't just limited to economics, it's also prevalent in our personal relationships and health. Think about all the times you've ignored your intuition and pursued a relationship that ultimately ended in heartbreak. Or how about the countless times you've promised yourself you'll start exercising and eating healthy, only to fall back into old habits a few weeks later? These patterns of behavior are ingrained in us, and it's only by acknowledging and understanding them that we can start to make real changes. The consequences of not learning from our mistakes can be severe. When we repeat the same mistakes over and over again, we not only harm ourselves, but also those around us. The effects can be felt for generations to come. It's a vicious cycle that we need to break if we want to create a better future. One of the most significant historical examples of a mistake being repeated is the story of the Titanic. The Titanic was considered unsinkable, but it sank on its maiden voyage, resulting in the loss of over 1,500 lives. The tragedy was attributed to a combination of factors, including excessive speed, inadequate safety measures, and a lack of lifeboats. What's striking is that just a few decades later, the same mistakes were repeated during World War II, resulting in the sinking of several ships, including the German ship Wilhelm Gustloff, which resulted in over 9,000 deaths. The lessons from the Titanic's sinking are still relevant today. We can apply them to areas such as climate change, where we're repeating the same mistakes over and over again, ignoring warnings and downplaying the risks. By analyzing what went wrong and how those lessons can inform our current practices and decisions, we can start to make real changes. A significant turning point in learning from our mistakes is acknowledging that we are capable of change. It's easy to get stuck in our ways, but it's only by being open to new ideas and perspectives that we can start to grow. This requires a willingness to be vulnerable, to admit when we're wrong, and to learn from others. By doing so, we can start to build a better future, one that's informed by the lessons of the past. So, what can we learn from these historical mistakes? One key takeaway is the importance of humility and adaptability. We need to be willing to listen, to learn, and to adjust our course when necessary. By doing so, we can avoid repeating the same mistakes and create a better future for ourselves and for generations to come. Thanks for watching, and I'd love to hear from you. What are some mistakes you've learned from in your own life? Share your stories in the comments below. If you're interested in learning more about personal growth and history, be sure to check out my next video, where we explore more lessons from the past.
Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to my channel, share your comments, explore the links, and spread the word.